My mom unknowingly ate crab rangoon for several months. I know your first thought when you read the title is, okay troll, your mom ate crab rangoon. So what? Well, let me explain. A store that I worked at as a teen had a grab-and-go section with crab rangoon. I love crab rangoon, and sometimes I would buy a few at the end of my shift to eat. Here's the problem though. I am technically not allowed to eat crab rangoon due to my religion, which doesn't condone eating pork, shrimp, and of course crab, among other things. I was always curious to eat some of the forbidden food my religion talked about, like the saying goes, you always want you can't have. So when I was finally making my own money and had easy access to it, I took the chance. At this point I had my license already, but I didn't have a car, so my mom would pick me up from work. Because of this, I would put the crab rangoon in my backpack. But one day I screwed up. My mom had me run errands for her after my shift, and I bought crab rangoon too. But me not thinking, I forgot to put the crab rangoon in my backpack, so it ended up in the trunk with the other things I got for my mom. My mom went to the trunk to look for something, and I guess the box of crab rangoon happened to be peeking out of the bag, because my mom said, "Honey, you could have asked if I wanted wait. Is that crab you're eating?" My heart skipped a beat because my mom is one of those super religious people who takes her beliefs seriously, especially when it comes to a food. For example, I have a family member who left the religion and is now atheist. Our family decided to have a get-together at a restaurant, and when my mom saw that family member order a meal which had pork, she was livid. The rest of the evening was spent awkwardly listening to my mom go back and forth with the family member, my mom telling her that God was ashamed of her and that she shamelessly threw away everything her parents raised her to be. When I thought of that incident, I knew that my mom would never let me live it down, because to this day she still talks about that family member. So with my quick, but also bad thinking, I did something I truly regret. I lied and said, "Of course not, Mom. This is vegetarian crab rangoon." When she heard this, she calmed down, and not only did she eat it, she enjoyed it, so much so that from that point forward, almost every time she would pick me up from work, she would ask me to buy it. I felt so bad from the very beginning for what I was doing, but after a couple of months, I knew I really could not let this keep happening. So I lied again and said that they weren't selling the vegetarian ones anymore. Again, I have always felt so terrible for what I did, and I hope God forgives me. I don't know if I should come clean to my mom and tell her that I pretty much tricked her,